I am Oliver Green, and I am half of a group for change, and I am your financial literacy strategist. So, last week we talked about not letting your feelings affect your finance. And let me let me just make it a little bit clearer, bring it closer to home. So have you ever like solved a problem and like after you solved the problem, you was like, yo, just bring me another one. Just bring it to me. I can solve it. Have you ever ran or walked a mile and you did it faster than the last time you did it? And you're like, I'm ready. I'm gonna do this again. I can do this tomorrow because you have some momentum. Um, so these are the things that are they're like just indescribable. Like you may not be able to describe them to anybody. You may not be able to describe the feeling. They give you like a euphoric feeling to the effect of, yo, I can do anything. But it works both ways. It works both ways. It works both when you have the high highs and you have the low lows. So when it comes to finances, those high highs and those low lows can affect your spending and can actually just really get you into debt. Um, so let me be the bearer of bad news. You know those things when you're watching television and you see the advertisements on there. Um, those advertisements are there to dictate how you will spend your money. Yep, and it's based on psychology. It's based on they do polls, they do research, and then there's a psychologist that sits in the room and puts all this information together, and then they have this finished product that tells them if you play this a certain number of times on this channel at this point at this time of the day, guess what? You'll get yourself a sale. So, how those feelings, well, let me back up. So, there's a term they have. They have a term, and the term is called ego depletion, meaning let me get it correct, they try to diminish your capacity to regulate your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, which simply put, they hit you with that Jedi mind trick to let you know that you need it and you have to have it. And guess what? Then you go out and buy it. So I just want I want to give you I want to give you some tips on how to not fall prey to the ego depletion, which affects your finances. And the key word is depletion. Because when you deplete your bank account and it's not accounted for, guess what? You're in debt. When you deplete your bank account and it's not accounted for, you are in debt. All right, so real quick. So I've given you the context of how the advertisements work and how your feelings and your finances they go hand in hand. Let me show you what you can do so you don't fall prey to that. All right. So number one, you probably need to decrease your exposure to the advertisements. Um, Stop watching TV. Stop listening to the radio and pick up a book. No gimmick. Pick up a book. But pick up a book that's going to teach you how to put money in your pocket so you can afford those big ticket items. Um, Locate a physical release, whether that be going to the gym, walking, running, whatever you do, yoga, meditation, something that is going to take your mind off of exactly what you currently see on the television. It may seem like it's difficult, but it's not. And if you don't try it, you won't know. And then the last one, this is kind of the big one. That's why I saved it for the last. Um, you have to know your triggers. So one of the things that has gotten me in the past is it's the emotional spending. Um, I got a raise. And I told myself, I gotta celebrate. Or um, I know some that when they get mad at work or they get mad at their spouse, what do? I need retail therapy. No such thing. Retail therapy gets you therapy because you spend money that you don't have, and then you're stressing about how you want to get the money back that you spent on the things that you didn't need that you now have. I think, do you understand where I'm going with this? All right. So know what your triggers are, and when you know what your triggers are, you are better able, you are more equipped to understand what you need to stay away from or what sets you off that makes you go on those things, and understanding what you need to do in place when you feel like that. And at the end of the day, um, it's all about just control. It's all about knowing you. And when you know you and you can control what it is that you do and how you think and how you feel, guess what? You eliminate that ego deregulation. Your feelings, you don't let your feelings take care or overcome or control your finances. Uh, So I'd be remiss if I said, for all those watching it like right now, drop a comment. But for all my replay watchers, I need you to go ahead and drop a comment, and we will respond accordingly. So if you know somebody, I don't just want you to like it and not listen to this. I want you to listen, and I want you to share it with somebody that you may know that suffers from letting their feelings get a hold of their finances, and then they pay for it on the back end.